women our age, as we get older, sometimes we see the younger ladies, coming in, and we may not feel like we fit in, fit in anymore. And it is just so not true. And I just love being able to empower other women, and just let them know they're not alone, because we face so many challenges today, with home, work, family, just even loneliness, depression, and fear of getting older and looking older. And you just never know. You just never know what challenges that somebody is smiling through. And so I think it's important, especially talks like this. I really think it's important that we let women know that, hey, you are not alone in this struggle.
Oh, absolutely. And I love that, because in so many ways, Shell, you're breaking down a lot of stereotypes that people might feel about gray hair or fashion, or what we should or shouldn't wear after a certain age. That's always the thing. Like, oh, you shouldn't wear, skirt above your knees after this age. And you're not supposed to do. How do you feel about buying stereotypes in fashion, beauty, makeup, hair? How do you feel about that?
Oh, you know what? It's so funny. I have people all the time come up to me, especially when I wear my wigs. They'll say, well, man, I wish I could do that, and I always say, you can. I mean, you can't let what other people think, dictate what you do. And I just don't let what other people say or do dictate what I do. I just do what I feel like doing, what makes me feel good about myself. If once I started going gray, I'll be honest with you, I was a little unhappy, because at the time I was in the 10th grade when I started to gray.
Oh, wow.
So I've been living with gray hair for a long time.
Did you say 10th grade? I just want to make sure I heard that right, because maybe my ears weren't working. They're kind of small.
No, ma'am, you heard exactly right. 10th
Oh,
grade,
my goodness.
I started getting my first strings of gray hair. And of course, when you're a teenager, you're like, oh no. So then when I got, of course, I started coloring my hair then. And just doing, had made a lot of mistakes. I've had a lot of different colors, some on purpose, some by accident.
Wow.
But I just think it's so important to just be you. Like I said, I've had all kinds of colors, and when colors weren't even in, then, and it's just, I just like being myself. I always like to stand out. I don't like to be like everybody else, like the crowd. And I have so many, ladies that, that will tell me, man, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. You can. You just do it. You just do it. When I put on my first wig, and I had a head full of hair, my mom would always say, why do you always cover up all of that beautiful hair? And I was like, well, it's not the issue of covering it up. It's just being versatile, because that's one of the things, about, being able to wear wigs, is you can just do so many different things. You can have so many different looks.
Absolutely. And it gives so much versatility. And again, it's not something just for 20-somethings or 30-somethings, or just for people with hair loss like myself. Many people watching might know that I have been diagnosed with alopecia. And even before the diagnosis, wigs were just a form of self-expression. And I am not gray, with the hair that I have left. I have just a couple of gray hairs. I have to search to find them. And when I say a couple, I literally mean like one or two. But sorry, the look of gray, just silver, platinum hair, to me it screams sophistication. It just, or maybe it doesn't even scream it. It just whispers. If you walk into a room with a head full of silver, and it really, really just
it's a showstopper. It's so
I
soft.
mean, I tell you, I wear this wig outside, and this, of course, is a fabulous 20-inch human hair wig from Soul Lady Wigs that I
It's
absolutely adore.
gorgeous.
Thank you so much. It is
It
like
is
one of my
gorgeous.
faves. And it turns heads. This is the milkshake that brings all the boys or grown men actually to the yard. You won't get
There
a
you
boy.
go.
If you want a grown man, ladies, you want some dating advice, you know what you can do? You just wear yourself a silver wig and you will only attract grown men. There, I said it.
Exactly.
Free
You said
game.
it. That's it.